Yo, 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 yo. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Doggy Diamonds. Hold on, I got this screen wrong. There we go. Make sure you hit the bell to get notified when I upload new content. That's what it says there. And I need you to follow those instructions right there. So what's up, everybody? It is your boy Doggy Diamonds, Doggy Diamonds TV. Y'all know what I do. Um, y'all know what I've been doing. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know what's happening. And I'm not BSing. I really have somebody here tonight. And I got to shout out to my homegirl, Mocha Styles, for making that happen. I asked her to get me somebody, and she delivered. So without further ado, I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to bring... Look who's here. Look. Introduce yourself to the people.
What's up, people? What's up? It's your girl, Mila. Happy Friday. How y'all doing?
So what do you go? So what do you go by? What should we call you? We're confused.
Mila. I go by Mila. My name is Mila. I've been in the game as Mila. I think when I first started, there was some people call me Camila. My full government, Camila.
Gotcha.
Camila with a K.
So put in the
Williams.
I've
been Mila for a minute now.
So we shouldn't put the Williams on there.
I mean, you can, you know what I'm saying? It's fine. But like I personally, I just go by Mila. I think I'm just used to my family calling me Mila. And it's weird when people call me Camila because I'm like, yo, my family don't even call me that. But
Wow.
Meelah Williams, that's what's printed. You look back at the Word Up days and what was the other 90s magazine?
Did you say Word Up? Why would you do that?
Right.
No, nobody knows that.
Look, Asian, you and me, huh?
Only us 40-year-olds know.
Don't say that. My birthday is Monday, by the way.
My birthday was the 25th, so you're a Pisces, right?
Say word. We're Pisces.
It was the February 25th. Yeah. Yes.
Happy belated birthday.
Yes. So Mila,
just Mila. Yep, that's good.
So I want to know where to start with you. How did you get into singing?
Well, of course, like most Black folks, we all grew up in the church, in the gospel world. You know what I mean? Naturally, I guess it's just a gift from God because my whole family sings, right? And so I started as a little girl, but professionally, fast forward, I went to a performing arts high school, and my group members, the other ladies of 702, the sisters Misha and Irish, they already had a group called 702, and they had released, they were featured on a single with a group who was signed to Biv 10 called Subway. These 4 cats out of Chicago.
The Kissing Game.
Yes, and I wasn't in the group then, but right, it was called This Little Game.
Oh, I thought it was called Kissing Game, but it's This Little Game. Okay, gotcha.
It was about hide and seek and kissing and stuff and all that cuteness.
Gotcha.
Close enough. No, but I wasn't in the group then, but I felt like, oh my God, I'm going to school with these famous girls because that song had come out and we were all in high school and they were signed to Biv 10, but they hadn't put out an album yet they were featured on this group Subway out of Chicago's single, which was like blowing up. And
wow.
Yeah, crazy, right? It was Misha, Irish, and their sister Orish, may she rest in peace, and another girl. So it was a 4-girl group. And then Mike Biv just wanted to switch it up. He wanted to remix the group before he finished and put out a 702 album. And so there was auditions and all of that good stuff. And Misha was like, yo, come audition today. Because we was in the same homeroom or a few classes we had together in high school. And I was like, what's your main audition? Y'all on video? Oh, what's your main audition? And I auditioned, and as they say, the rest was history. But it wasn't easy, man. It went overnight. I had to go through it was boot camp.
So,
and
so they were
it went from 4
known.
members to 3 members, and I just inevitably sort of kind of became the lead singer by default. But it was dope because I was just privileged and happy just to be a part of this cool group that had already had been signed to Motown. You know what I mean?
So was the first song Stilo?
So the first song after I got in the group, the first time y'all heard us as a group with an actual album behind us was Stilo. Yes.
Wow.
That was
So y'all came out the gate with a smoker.
Listen, Missy showed off and wrote this banger that we didn't even understand. I don't think we even understood the magnitude of it at that young age. We were all still in high school, and Missy was still very young herself, and we all were green, all 4 of us. And she came to Vegas, and we recorded a slew of songs, and Motown just fell in love with that. That one was the single, and Yeah. What's crazy is we shot the video. We shot 2 videos, but they was both shot in New York. Crazy.
And
And
in
we had nothing to do
702.
in New York, but everybody was like, "Oh my God, y'all from New York?" We was like, "No."
So 702, you happen to really be from Las Vegas, so it made
We're
sense.
from Vegas, but here we are shooting a video on the Brooklyn Bridge in New York when Lori Ann as the choreographer, and Missy from Virginia
Listen,
did the track, wrote it and stuff, and Chad Elliott, I think he's from up north. Like, yeah, we just had all these vibes, and we from the West Coast.
when you said Lori Ann, people don't know her, but you have to say Boom Cat. Like they
Boom
might know.
Cat.
Yeah, they
Boom
might
Cat,
know her from
the
that.
legendary Boom
Yeah,
Cat slash
yes.
Lori Ann slash Boom Cat.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that's
Yeah.
her.
So you do this song. What's your first time? Was that your first time in the studio doing this project?
Professionally, yeah.
Okay.
That was my first. I mean, I had done like little things around the city of Las Vegas as a young girl. I grew up singing. Outside of church, it was always my mama threw me in everything you could think of in Vegas: a talent show, a wedding, a funeral, a track meet.
Damn.
A bar mitzvah, whatever it was. Mila was for hire. I was singing locally all the time from a young girl, all the way up until high school, and then I was blessed to audition for 702 and make it, and I was 17 when we started recording the first album.
So you're doing this album, and then you're now on the road. You got it, because when Stilo came out, it was like, oh, because this was the reemergence of the group. Like, because I remember this little game when I remember these dudes, and I didn't know you, I didn't see you, but then they got this new girl, and she happens to just be singing the lead in all the songs now. So I was confused, like, who is this new girl? And did this thing bother you? The dark skinned girl, did that bother you?
It didn't bother me. Did it bother you or the rest of the world?
No, it didn't, because
I wonder. I don't know, but it's a thing, right? It's like
you was a dark skinned girl. Yeah.
Undertone of like, wait, because we wasn't used to seeing that, unfortunately, right? Which is weird. In groups in the 90s, we saw it growing up with the music you and I grew up with. Gladys Knight. Patti LaBelle was brown. Like, we had a lot of chocolate. Like, we had a lot of heavyweights. Back in the day that had some brown of. Some hues of darker brown. However, as time went on, it shifted a bit and seemed to become a little taboo, if you will, to have, like, I guess, someone of my hue of brown. Because, baby, I'm chocolate as a leader.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're the lead singer of a group that we knew a bunch of light skinned girls, that then you just come out of nowhere, and it's like,
well, Coco from SWV, who
I'm talking about 702. We're talking about
702 before us. I'm saying, like, in terms of the trajectory of just like groups, you know what I'm saying?
But she came in the game.
Right.
She came in the game as that, so we had to accept it.
Correct.
We knew 702 as three sisters. Then you came in, and then you became the lead.
Yeah.
So it was like, who is this girl? And then so happened, you know how to sing. So it was like, okay, she's here, she's dope. So after Stilo,
that's crazy. Like, honestly, I didn't come into it with thinking any of that, but, like, let's just be real. Yeah, I think inevitably there was definitely some undertone of animosity and drama, which inevitably led to the demise of 702. Not necessarily because of my complexion, but I do think just who is this girl that came out of nowhere played a huge part. And I think just by coincidence, it's like, oh, and she looks nothing like us. But they never made me feel like that. I definitely felt tension and animosity, but I didn't feel that because, oh, I'm the dark girl. I just felt that because, oh, I'm the girl that came in and took over who the leader was.
Look, but you sang, listen, you sang your ass off. What was after Stilo?
Stilo, Get It Together, which people love.
Yo, that's in my gym playlist. It's in my gym. I'm not supposed to be working out to that, but I do. Do you? Who wrote that?
Donnell Jones.
Wow.
Don't it sound like him though? If you really listen to it, don't that sound like his vibe? Right?
Yeah, I like
Donnell joint. Like, if you really listen, like, it's so kind of like, because Donnell is a very smooth crooner, and he sneaks up on you, but he's so suave but powerful. Like, Get It Together is like this even kill. It's so chill, but it's so effective. Do you know what I'm saying?
But do you
I feel
realize I
like
don't
that's
really want to
the
go? I
underdog.
don't really want to stay. Yo, crazy.
But the crazy thing is, what's even crazier is now as an adult, as a grown up, as an adult, and just understanding life and everything I've been through, and then watching his unsung, to see him say like, yo, like it was art imitating life for that record, because he was literally going through that with his wife at the time.
Wow.
And that's where that record came from.
The
I'm
best music.
17.
The best
You know,
music.
listen, I'm in the booth, 12th grade, in between takes doing homework. So I'm just doing like takes, like, all right, what I need to sing. This is this man's life. He's like going through it with his wife at home. Like, I don't really, you know what I mean? As his life as an artist at that time, dealing with, his personal stuff. So now looking back, it's like, wow, man, that's it's just an incredible song. And just to be able to be a part of, his
So when you
experience.
get these songs, does he send you a reference of him singing it? Like, how does that work?
No, there was, you know what? Sometimes there's references, like with
Okay.
Pharrell's, I Still Love You, that was referenced. And man, that's my joint. My God, today. Whew, that's my song.
I like Star better than that though.
Oh my God, you're the only freaking human being on the
I
planet.
love Star. No, Star is incredible.
You my new best friend,
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
not necessarily my favorite, but
Nah, Star is
if I had to
crazy.
compare out the two, but you're the only human being on the planet that has said they like that better. Where you from?
No.
I love it.
I'm from Brooklyn, BK.
The way your brain
Yeah,
is left. Your brain is
Star
left. I love it. I love
Star.
it. Ain't
Reason
nobody
why I
ever
like
said that.
Star, because Star, y'all was roller skating. It looked so fun. You
It
know what I'm
was.
saying? Like
It
it just looked.
was.
So
It was a cool moment, but that damn, I still love it. Excuse me. But anywho, that's not what we're talking about. But I said
yeah.
that because we're talking about referencing, and I think Nicole Ray, shout out to Nicole, she's sickening.
Wow.
I think she demoed that before we got it. I think Pharrell had her demo it before we heard it, and we just was like, this is a freaking smash. Anywho, Darnell, no, there was no reference. Darnell just kind of, he had another person there, and he was kind of speaking to us third party, like through.
So he was in the studio with you
He
though.
was in the studio, yes.
Okay.
And that song was so simple, but it took us 3 days to record. Like, I ain't never took that long to record a song in my mind that was of such simplicity, because it was so matter of fact. But there was like, he was just very. There was a method to his madness. I didn't get it back then, but he would speak to someone else to speak to us, like whisper to whoever his engineer or whoever was, and then have that person to direct, his instructions to me. That was different.
So after that
was a different
look
cat.
and get it together, right? The song is out. Then at the end, you know I don't want it. Then you come back in with this high note. Who I did was all of that.
Oh, that's your kid. That's your girl. What you mean?
See, that's what I'm saying. I was like, yo, you bodied
Funny.
that. You bodied that
Listen,
song.
it's so interesting because I was old, so my mother and grandparents and all my aunts and uncles used to say, or they tell me now, like, you always were an old soul as a little girl. And even on like Stilo, like the "Give Me What I Want," all that was just like,
I love it.
Yeah. It was all ad-libbing.
Wow.
And this was like, no, we're about to make that a part. Like, and
do that again. What did you say?
Give
me. No, because yo, you sound just like the record, like just out of nowhere.
Thank you.
Give me what I want.
In a different key. I might not have been in the right key.
No. You gotta give me what I want. Give me what I would. Say that one more time, and then that whole part.
It might have been a half step higher.
Y'all,
give me what I want. Oh, was it?
And then
I don't know. Give me what I need.
Yo, come on, man.
And then I think, we still do shows here and there, so I have to give like, I gotta give that to them all the time.
We don't deserve it. We don't deserve you.
I belted out and live. I belted out.
We don't deserve you.
Maybe that's too high. Yeah, maybe that's it.
Yeah,
okay. I think I went too high.
We don't deserve you. So you do that, and then y'all get it together, and then that was it for the album, right?
We did Good Burger. Well, we released All I Want, which Biggie ended up using a little Jackson 5.
Don't remember that.
Okay, I'm sure you don't. But
I know. No, I know the beat. I know the beat because you're talking about.
Of course, but I'm sure you don't remember the song.
I do remember. You know what? I do remember the song. Yeah, because that's the Jackson 5 song. That's the Jackson 5 song, and he ended up using that for All About the Benjamins. That's what you're talking. Okay, yeah.
But of course you remember that for Biggs, but for us it really wasn't that huge as a single. But Nickelodeon's Good Burger, the movie Good Burger, with Keenan and Kel, they wanted it, so it was like the official theme song for that movie. And then we shot a video for that, and with the guys.
Remember that because I remember because I think at that particular time the only thing that I didn't like, I think they was pushing y'all towards a kitty girl group. That's what I didn't like. So it kind of
felt
threw
like
me
we
off.
started shifting a little poppy.
Yes.
Yeah. You're
Yes.
right. And you know what? After that came Where My Girls At. Well, we had one more single, No Doubt, which was in the museum, and I had to remember the you know, nobody knows. Anywho,
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, 3 years later, we were doing Where My Girls At,
Wow,
which was like our biggest pop hit though. So we kind of went. They kind of switched us up.
My favorite song is still Star, and you have the clips on it, like early clips
an early,
on Star.
authentic, actually, genuine.
Malice starts the song.
Right?
Malice starts the song.
We have
Yeah. Did you know that Pusha T was going to be as big as he is?
You know, I don't think I really paid that much attention, but I'll be honest. What I did know is that Pharrell has an ear. And Pharrell, I knew Pharrell was a genius back then. So I knew Pharrell had these cats and wanted to put them on the record. Yeah, I knew they wasn't, you know, no slouches. You know what I mean? Like I knew something was special. And their energy, they was dope. Like both he and his brother, they just had really cool energy. And I'm from the West Coast, but I've always had like an attraction to like East Coast rap.
Brooklyn. I'm from the home of the greatest rappers.
But also backpack rap. You know, I live with a little brother in the slum. And
that's my favorite. That's I like that too. I like that a lot. Like I love
it. I love it.
Little Brother, Knife Wonder. Like I really.
Knife Wonder, Alicia. I love it. Those are my vibes. You know, so I just love their tone. They both had like super dope tones. Pusha T, I'm not surprised that he's still around and you know did what he did. Not at all.
So Where My Girls At, I remember that too. I remember that song. Like I couldn't get away from that song. I think because it was like Where My Girls At. Like I ain't no chick. They ain't even singing for me no more. They Get It Together was for me. Stilo's for me. Stars for me. Then they got Where My Girls At. Was that the biggest record that y'all the biggest seller?
The biggest, yeah. That song did wonders for us. Yeah, like you know, we're still eating off of it. Like yeah. I'm blessed to have been a part of that. That's a
how many albums have you
super crossover record?
How many albums have y'all sold?
You know, unfortunately, we started at our peak around the Where My Girls At time.
Wow.
Started having issues not just within the group, but politically as well with Motown. It just kind of went left. But so I feel like it stopped before it even really got to start. I never really went to the SoundScan. Remember SoundScan back in the day?
Yes.
I know without singles and soundtracks, at least 2 million, at least, for sure.
Y'all got to be over 2 million.
That's why I said without soundtracks and singles and without me really knowing the numbers for real. I just, listen, I always say I'm a multi-platinum artist. I know that for a fact. Sense. How about that? I don't know, though.
How about the award shows? I don't remember y'all like at many award shows.
No, of course, all of the like Soul Train joints. We won a Lady of Soul Award. We were nominated for American Music Awards for Where My Girls At.
Wow.
But we didn't win, but we definitely were nominated for that record for a lot of joints. MTV Awards, American Music Awards, maybe no Grammy Awards, but that song definitely was, God, Where My Girls At was #1 top 10 for over 33 weeks, something like that. I know that for sure. On the top 10 pop charts.
So how do you pick your hair? I remember you from the short hair. How do you pick your hair?
How do I pick my hair?
Yeah, because I remember you from the short hair. Like that was you.
We just go to
yeah, because I got conversation ADD, but
this is too. It's okay. So look, this right here, like I just took a shower, right, and I was like, oh my God, let me just throw this on, right, because it's a wig. I just threw her on up under the hat because like I just got in the shower. My hair is short up under here, right, because I like.
We would have loved to see the short hair. That's you.
I mean, no, I love my short hair, but like. I just got out the shower. She wasn't ready for y'all.
Okay. I'm pretty sure the audience would not have mind seeing you with the show.
I rock short hair pictures on my Instagram all day long. I love my. I prefer it. Which y'all saw. What you talking about? Like Stilo?
Yes.
Bob. It's so funny because that was my first real haircut in my life. I was so excited. Like I thought I had made it. Like with that, I thought I was like famous, got in the industry. I got
You
a real
was.
hit. What? That
You
was my
was like that.
school.
That was
You
it.
gotta remember, I'm fresh out of high school, so all I had ever had was my press and curl my whole life, right? But like it was just boring and just man, when they gave me a little style. Ooh, you could tell.
Yeah. So
You could tell me nothing.
you're in this group. What was the issue with, because there is no R&B groups anymore. They're gone, right? There is no groups. What happened with Motown that obviously, I guess y'all start infighting, right? And then the label doesn't make it any better. What happened?
Man, I don't know if which comes first,
Mm.
but neither one complements each other.
Mm.
Because if you're internally having issues and then the label takes notice, they're not going to be happy about that. Especially if it starts to spill over into business, they're not going to want to continue to promote that. But then on the flip side, when you're so young and oblivious to all things business and you have no idea what's really going on behind the scenes, what questions to ask, what to look for, what not to be a part of. Like we were kids, man. We ain't have no idea what the hell was going on. Like it was so much going on back in the day. Like I won't say so much trickery, but it was just a lot of political things happening that we just had no idea, you know, like what was cool and what wasn't cool. Like
So you got
show up to work,
y'all got robbed. Y'all got robbed.
Um, I'm sure along the way, probably several times, but mostly by the third album, yeah, yeah. The third album with Star, your favorite song.
Yes.
That's why that's why it did nothing, because that album came out, fell off before it even dropped. You know what I'm saying? Like that album was pretty much shelved before it even was released. Like it bombed before it even came out because of some behind the scenes crap with say like executives, the president or whoever, and say like, management. Like it was just drama that we had nothing to do with and or any knowledge.
So is it you versus the sisters, or the sisters is fighting and you're on one sister side? What happened?
Oh, as far as the personal stuff, no, it wasn't the sisters. Well, they sisters, they gonna always have sister fights. That's normal, right? I guess. It wasn't necessarily 2 against 1. No, it was mostly 1 against 1. I mean,
okay.
It wasn't 2 against me. It was most of the time it was 1 against me.
The former lead singer, probably, right? Yeah, because she was the star of the group. See what you did? You came in and shined.
That was her group, man. And see, and now now as adults we talk about it, and it's crazy because we're like, yo, it's kind of unfortunate because
fucked up the bag.
No, what's crazy? Who?
No, I said y'all fucked up the bag. If y'all had hindsight is 2020. If y'all had a
I was saying that back then, but right, had I been a bitch back then and really put my foot down, I'd have told them then, like, you bitches is tripping. You're fucking up the bag because I'm not getting paid no more than y'all asses, and I'm doing all the work. But gotcha. I digress. That's not what I said. What I said was nothing. Unfortunately, I was just so nice and sweet back then. But no, what I was going to say is that unfortunately now we look back as grown ass women, which we should have back then. And where we realized, like, yo, it really was a messed up situation from the gate that we really didn't know as kids, because I was put in a messed up predicament. Like they kind of I was put in a situation of
contractually
a group that was already formulated as a family, as sisters, and here you just stick this girl out of nowhere in and takes over and becomes the lead singer, and like that's a train wreck waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all are putting me in a jacked up situation. Like it's gonna happen. Like you can't just. That's like coming out of nowhere and just putting a hooker in church in front of the pastor and just waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like.
And then essentially by mistake, you.
By default, you just
and then you replace a sister who passed away, which you can't replace.
Jesus Christ, please don't bring that up. Like we don't even look at that like that. But if you really want to, no,
a twin at that, a twin.
Yeah, I don't even put myself in that. Like I pray to God that they don't even look at me like that. However, if you really want, like, yes, I mean, you can look at it so many different ways. The cool thing is we did have way more good times than bad, for sure. it wasn't to the point where, you know, niggas is around here like fist fighting, but it did get to the point where, yeah, it was like almost about to, you know, get to that level. And it's like, that's why, you know, there was
Was
so
it
many.
on the road? Was it in the studio? Was it
It
after?
kind of was everywhere. It was just always
Okay,
something.
got
Like
you.
it was just always something. 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 It was just always something.
What
You
about
know what I mean? Like it was just always an issue. And you know, that gets tired, man. That gets old, that gets tired. And yeah, after a minute, it's just like, look, I ain't about to deal with this because I ain't got to deal with this, you know, and you just get tired. But thankfully, as adults, like I said, we realized like it wasn't all our fault as far as, you know, because we were kids and it's kind of jacked up that maybe she could have been explained to a little better. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
Like, hey, this is about to happen. You know what I mean? That didn't happen. Like, I kind of came in and just like, boom, guess who stepped into the room?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
So
I just
so
kind of
was
like
it
kicked the door down.
yeah,
Like,
was it a
somebody
point
come.
was it a point where I don't know if it was you, but it was her that was also blamed for dealing with Ray J too? Who was it? They blamed
Oh, I don't know nothing about that.
but the
What do you
one that
mean?
was actually dealing with him,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't say her. They said Misha, right? They was like Misha. I remember seeing that and I was like, nah, that's not the one that deal with Ray J. Did
No,
that.
yeah, they got that
Yeah,
mixed
yeah,
up. See how they be messing up names stuff? Yeah, no, her sister. No, her
yeah,
sister
yeah.
did him. Irish dated him. Mm-hmm.
Got you. So the group disbands. What
Mm-hmm.
does Mila do?
So the first time we disbanded, which was after the Where My Girls At album, the second album, which was was that the self-titled? Yes, the 702 album, which was like I think they came out in 1999. I moved to it, not moved to Atlanta. I started traveling to Atlanta, and I started writing.
Mm.
I was picked up by Noontime. Noontime. For those of you who don't know, that's like a really reputable, like OG production company out here in Atlanta at the time. Like Noontime was the ish. You know, Tank
Mm-hmm.
would be up in there, B Cox, Donnie Skins. I mean, I think even Ashanti was over there at one point before she was Ashanti. You know, it was just a
Mm.
lot. People were just always in and out of Noontime recording heat, and they kind of heard about, you know, me leaving 702 and just our little breakup, and they wanted to work with me
Mm.
as a writer, and I was so ecstatic. So I moved to, well, not moved again. I was living in LA, but I started traveling to Atlanta a lot to write and record and just kind of reverse roles. I didn't want to necessarily, you know, be an artist at that moment. I just kind of like wanted to be behind the scenes, writing songs, submitting songs. So that's what I was doing, and really just trying to find myself because I was all of 21,
Wow.
maybe. You know, super young. And I was just really floating, man. I was just like, let me figure this out. And then I think during that time, I think Motown was reaching out to me, asking me to come back. And I was just like, no, thanks. I'm not interested right now. Cause I was just done. It was just, I had so much drama with the group. And I was just tired because I had been
Mm.
going through it for a long time. And I always turned the other cheek. And I always was the team player. And I always, you know, showed up to work and worked. You know what I mean? I never was a bitch. I never was mean. I never was an asshole. Like I always was just the girl that got the job done.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt underappreciated because it was just always some negativity. You know what I mean? I'm just like, dag, like, because I felt like it's not my fault. Like I'm just doing what I'm asked to do. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Who was the
And
managers at the time? Management couldn't step in and fix that?
their brother-in-law and sister.
Oh, so you was in trouble.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, you was doomed. Like
That's what I'm saying. I just kind of was just put into.
they
And
put you
don't
in
get
the
me wrong.
Jackson
Don't
Five.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
They,
The brother-in-law, actually was the one who asked the sisters to ask me at school to come and audition because he saw me sing at one of our performances at school. So you know, he showed love and looked out like, hey, you should have her to come audition because he thought I was dope or whatever. I guess but. And he was always cool. Like they were nice to me. Don't get me wrong. It's him and the sister, but right, it was family at the end of the
they put you in the
day.
Jackson Five. I don't care if
um,
Tito get more props than you. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter.
so,
So
but
so you leave. Did
it
you get?
happened. You know what I'm saying? So at the first album, their sister and brother-in-law, the management, and the second album, Sonia Norwood was management. And then we try to have co-management, my mother and their brother-in-law, for the third album, just so that I could feel comfortable. That was only fair because we had just had so much drama. But they didn't even allow that to work out, and that's when everything just went like hell.
So when you leave the first time, did you get any writing placements?
You know what? I got placements on groups and artists that were signed to Motown, I think, but never came out. Right. Like 3 different artists on Motown, but they never came out. I was just like, damn. But it was all good because I felt so free. I felt so free and liberated. I just felt like the burden was lifted. Like I didn't feel like so much pressure. You know what I'm saying? I felt I wasn't even tripping on placements. Like I just wanted to just be me. I just wanted to be myself.
Were you allowed to write? Would you allowed to write for 702? Did you do any writing in there?
We didn't get to write until the third album, which flopped. But yeah.
Well, how could you flop with Star though? How could you flop with Star?
Make the drama behind the scenes.
So all right,
not us. It was this time it was like management beefing and it was just a lot.
Okay, so for the young ladies that maybe there's 4 of them right now that wants to do a singing group and they do all this. When you keep saying it was drama and beef, people do not understand what type of drama and beef it could have been to lead to the demise of the group. What happened? Was there anything in particular?
After the second album, and I think I just misquoted. I gave y'all, I misinformed y'all. I think I had just said a moment ago, by the third album, it was my mom and their brother-in-law that was
yes.
That was the second album.
Got you.
That was the second album. My mom stepped in to co-manage with their brother-in-law, which was a mutual agreement, right? So we thought that's where shit went left. I guess that really wasn't something that they were interested in. I don't know. It was a plethora of things that we had a meeting about that, and everything was supposedly cool. Like, okay, cool. Let's talk about what, the next steps, basically what's going to happen from here. But God, that meeting just went left. Unfortunately, the meeting went, east, north, south, and west, about things that had nothing to do with management. We started talking about some of everything else, which turned into some bull.
Mila, are you holding back? Was it a guy somewhere? Y'all fighting over a man?
Oh, hell no. I would have said, hell no.
About to say, I know you ain't let no niggas break up 702.
No, man.
Okay. Yeah,
well, not to make me walk away, and then all of a sudden y'all didn't hear from 702 no more. Okay. No, I walked away because the one who was the lead singer before, Misha, unfortunately, who had all these issues with me, took issue at the time with like my mom. She just went crazy because my mom don't hold nothing back, and we both just kind of like was looking like, why are you bringing up all this stuff? She was bringing up all kinds of stuff from like the past, and apparently things that she had been holding on to. And then my mother was just like, yo, what are you talking about? Like, why are you bringing up X, Y, and Z when you X, Y, and Z? And it turned into stuff that had nothing to do with nothing. And the personal stuff started coming up. And then she tried to like physically attack my mom, and that's when shit went left. She didn't do it though. She tried, but it was just stupid. It was just like, and that's when I left. You know what I'm saying? And that's when y'all didn't hear from 702 for a minute. They had to figure it out. I didn't want to come back. And it took a minute for me to finally, forgive that. And I finally was like, all right, okay. Because Motown kept asking. And
what was the money like? What was the money?
That was really the only reason I went back for the third album.
Okay. So that's it's doomed. You know what I'm saying? It's doomed.
The only reason I finally went back for the third album was because at that point it was just like a deal I couldn't really refuse monetarily. I was just like, bump it. I'll just go do it just for this coin. But I had forgiven. I had let that go. But I mean that really hurt me. You know what I'm saying? It really pissed me off because I felt like I for years took so much already, and then to have this kind of treatment and then try to like to come at my mom's, it's like, but I'm right here though, like, because your anger really is at me. You know what I'm saying? So like this was silly, and I just like back then I was a different girl, so I kind of just was like, all right, I'm out. I'm about to just leave the group because I feel like anything I would try to do physically, that would never equate to me just
leaving.
the lack of my presence. Yeah.
Got you.
Which proved to be true.
But in the present day, before pre-COVID, y'all actually reunite and do shows and everything.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, that was so long. Like, how long was that? Come on.
Yeah.
But that's the cool thing. As I said, as adults, we can now sit and talk about this. We've talked about that. Well, not that particular meeting. Like, we're trying to bring that up again. But Misha and I are super cool. Misha is grown like me. She got a husband. She got kids. I have a kid. Like, we're actually really cool now, she and I. And she's apologized to me profusely over and over. You know, and I'm like, girl, we Gucci. You ain't even gotta. Yeah. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? And she feels really bad. It didn't come off like that on the unsung, but I think she realized, in real life, in real time, like, yo, I kind of fucked up.
So another place that I saw you, I see Faith Evans on BET one day, and I look back there and I see this girl singing backgrounds, and I'm like, yo, that's homegirl from 702. How did you end up singing backgrounds for Faith?
Because we had the same management. Her management actually was responsible for 702's first and third album. First album, he was A&R over at Bib 10, and then by the third album, he was management / executive producer of that third album. Yep, responsible for getting Star your favorite record.
Yes.
And I still love you.
Yeah.
Same management.
So you so how long did you went on the road with her?
Yeah, I ended up doing that for a second because we was again signed to the same management. And we was just like, bump it, come get this Capitol coin from Capitol Records. And just, you know what I mean? Like, it definitely wasn't something I was like excited to do, but I was just like,
no, it was dope. What? I was looked back there. I was like,
you know what? Bump it. Let me swallow my pride and come get this check while I'm in transition. You know what I'm saying?
How many songs out there is your vocals actually on that we might not know your vocals is on?
Oh, of her stuff?
Period.
Oh.
In general. Because we know you're on 702. Are you on anything else that we don't know that's
I'm on some of her stuff for sure. Like You Gives No Love, you know, Right Enough. I'm on some of that.
Word? Wow.
Yeah.
Word. I love the remix with Freeway. Fire.
Hey.
You on that one? You on that one too? Yeah, because they use the same vocal.
Possibly if she used the same background. I can't remember. It's been so long.
Yeah.
God, what else did I do? Some BGs. Oh, I'm tucked in there, honey. I'm tucked on a lot of stuff. Look, I gotta think back.
Favorite studio session of your career has been what?
Favorite what?
Favorite studio session of your career has been what?
God, you asked. Oh, that's hard.
It has to be one that always stand out.
Oh God. I mean, I always, of course, love working with, even though we fight like cats and dogs sometimes, but I always love working with Soulchild, of course. Just to sit back and be a student sometime of his, because he's a genius. Macy Gray.
Wow.
I like sitting back. Macy's interesting. She's just different, you know.
She really smoked Newports, or that was just training day.
I don't know what.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think it's Newports though. No, she's mad cool. Like, I always thought maybe that voice, that speaking voice and her singing voice was maybe just like a gimmick.
Yeah.
But then I met her mother, and her mom is like, hey, you know, they have that's their voice, and I'm just like, that's really y'all's voice. It's so dope to me. What different.
What artists have you starstruck that you've met that you was like, I can't believe I'm in front of?
Oh, too many people. I'm still fan. I'm fan all the time.
Okay.
I think. Oh, of course, Whitney. When I first met Whitney, of course.
Wow.
Of course, yeah. We were on tour with New Edition, and Bobby Brown brought her out one night. Before they all went out on stage, she was just like, you know, passing through backstage, and you know, he stopped, and we stopped, and oh my God, I just couldn't get myself together. I was so flustered. I was just like in the moment, even talking about it now, may she rest peacefully. I was just like,
did she know who you were?
Oh yeah, and then I got to meet her again like later, at like Faith's house. And I walked in, and she was just like, "Oh yeah, I remember you. 702, right? Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I remember you. You can sing. I remember you. Where you from?" She's like, "Where you from?" Vegas. Okay, yeah. She's just so cool, and I was just like, "This is really Miss Houston." Yeah. Like, what?
Scariest.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. And Donna Summers.
Oh wow, they don't know nothing
Donna
about no
Summer.
Donna Summer.
I worked with her over in Belgium
Wow.
for like 6 weeks actually.
Favorite.
Her and Nile Rodgers. Like I was both of them. I still be like.
You throwing out some heavyweight names out there.
Yeah, man, because I'm saying, like, I don't even think, sometimes I still have to really, like, pinch myself, because, like, you know, these younger generations, they don't even understand, like, they around here sampling all of this music. It's like, those are, like, the GOATs and the greats, and, like, you know?
Yes.
Like, so, I mean.
My favorite Donna Summer song is called Sweet Romance. A lot of people don't even know what that is.
You know, I listened, so there was a time period where I was really studying and trying to soak up different vibes, you know, just for writing, for singing, and just trying to really just, you know, emulate and just kind of get it, you know, get a groove. And I listened to a lot of Donna. I listened to a lot of Diana. I listened to a whole lot of different artists. I feel like the song you're talking about, I know that's on, what album is that? I've heard that record. And it's, gosh, she just
look it up when you
people
get a chance.
Be sleeping on Miss Donna. I'm telling you.
Oh no, Donna Summer she ran disco for a long time.
A very long time.
Yes,
but
yes,
it's like it's the way, like, her sonically.
Yes.
It's just the way she delivers to me. For me, her phrasing, all of that. She's dope.
So who's your favorite singer? Who did you pattern yourself after? Because every time people do talent shows, they always sing Sweet Thing and stuff like that. Man, stop singing that damn Sweet Thing. I don't want to hear no Sweet Thing. Sing something. I'm tired of Eye on a Sparrow. I'm tired of Sweet Thing. I'm tired of those songs. Who did you pattern yourself after?
You know what? I used to sing in my talent shows growing up. I sang Shantae Moore. It's all right, it's all right. Remember that song? I sang that in high school all the time. I sang Layla Hathaway a lot.
Yes.
In high school.
Her father's my favorite male singer.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
Man.
Someday We'll All Be Free. That was a song that helped me get out of depression.
Right?
Someday We'll All Be Free.
Donnie is special.
Yes.
He's very, very, very special. Like his texture. So when I discovered her being his daughter, I was like, oh, I had won the lottery.
My favorite song that she made is called Baby Don't Cry.
Baby, baby, don't cry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I know my music. I know music.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Me too, friend. Like,
yeah. So who did you pattern yourself after?
I don't pattern myself after anybody. I've always felt like I had a very unique vibrato and a very unique tone. I definitely grew up, of course, with our age group, with like the Cocos, the Brandies, Faiths. I used to tell her that all the time, like just trying to understand my vibrato because I always didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up in church listening to Denise Williams,
wow,
Minnie Riperton.
Nobody can hit that note. Nobody.
Yeah, I can hit it, but it's fake. It's not fly like hers.
She do it flawlessly, like out of nowhere.
I'll be forcing mine. Then just let it go. My jump be quivering. But and I used to sing a lot of Yolanda Adams growing up.
Wow. Another one with that note. That's tough.
She got it. Yeah, she's got it.
I'm thinking about Rochelle Farrell. That's who I'm thinking of.
Oh,
yeah, that's a note that's hard too.
She's out of everybody's league.
That's what I'm talking about. Yolanda Adams is dope too.
Even understand her. She's so incredible. But you know, my mom and dad had me sing a lot of jazz as well. I love jazz.
Yeah,
one day, before it's all over and done, I'm gonna make a jazz album, friend. I promise you.
So you do the Faith background, and I didn't see you for a while.
I background with a lot of people, actually.
But that's what I saw. I didn't know who else you background for.
That ended up leading to a world of that kind of, and that was not intentionally. But I was really just like trying to find my way. I didn't really. It was a period where I just was lost for a minute. I ain't gonna even lie. Like I was really like, what the? You know what I mean? Like I didn't really understand what the hell I was supposed to be doing. And I ended up singing with Raphael Sadiq.
Wow.
For a minute, I ended up singing with Macy Gray for 3 years.
What Raphael? Just going on the road with him, or you did studio work? Wow.
Just going on the road with him.
You got to sing Anniversary and me and you. Oh man, I don't know whether I want to choke you or hug you. Like, I love it.
And know, and it's crazy because for a while I was so embarrassed and I was uncomfortable on stage. I was insecure. I
You
felt
felt like you
so
got
weird.
demoted career-wise?
Yes.
Oh, got
yes.
you.
Yes, and I had to snap out of it, and I was like, I don't care what these people think, because I would see people in the audience literally looking at me like, and whispering, to their people like, yo, this shorty, you know what I mean? And I felt so, and I'd be trying not to look at them and trying to perform, and I'd be like, get out of your head, Mila, just, and then I started not caring at all. I started, that jump became fun as hell. Like, I started like, hey, y'all, like, yes, me, what's up, and I learned so much more. I learned a lot. I got to travel so much more. Like, I got like so many more passports now, thanks to Macy.
Wow, yeah, because she was international at one point.
Oh my God, I stayed overseas. And I learned a lot. I was really a student. Background singing is not easy. So I'll never look down on that ever, 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 ever again.
So as a background, you're asked to hit and hold certain notes, right? You can't just sing the way you want to.
You can't sing how you want to. It's not just about the notes, but it's your blend. You have to blend. You're not a lead singer back here. They are.
Yeah.
So all that trying to like, no, sis, this ain't about you. So you have to blend with the other singers. You guys have to be on one accord, and the harmony's got to be right. And I love music so much that if I'm singing behind a presence that's so forceful that be jamming, I can lose focus and not pay attention and be like, sing. And you can't do all that. You gotta be in the moment and like deliver to support them. And when you come from being a lead singer, or a front girl of a pretty popular group, that could be a little hard.
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you say that, because I remember listening to D'Angelo Send It On and hearing Anthony Hamilton. And I'm like, that's Anthony Hamilton. Like, he was background, but you heard him distinctly.
Yeah.
Because some of y'all just have that voice where I just know
Isn't
who
that
you
crazy?
are.
A lot of people started out in background, and I didn't even know it.
Luther Vandross, yeah, a
Luther
lot of
Vandross,
people. Yeah.
Lisa Fisher, if you remember her.
Yeah. How could I ease the pain? Yes.
How can I? Yes.
I know every song. Come on, woman. I know what I'm doing here. Yeah. I know what I'm doing here.
I see. I love it.
Yeah. So, what did it do for your self-esteem? Did you go through a time where you just was thinking about quitting music when you was a background singer?
Oh yeah, I felt like I had already quit it.
Or was you forced out? Did you feel like you was quit it, or you was forced out? What was the feeling?
I felt like I didn't feel forced out at all. I felt like some wrong turns, bad decisions, poor choices, mistakes, naivete, just not really knowing enough just kind of led me to just, like, what do I do? Because I'm going to tell you this, what I didn't do and what I refused to do was completely give up and move back home to Vegas. I was like, nope, hell no. I'm not moving back home. My mother was constantly like, you can come back home. I was like, no, Ma. The girls had already moved back home. 702 was done for the moment at the time. And I was just like, I'm not moving back home. Like, no, so I stayed in LA and I grinded for like 10 years. Well, 702 was there at least a year, 2 years. But the 8 years after that, I stuck it out and did sessions as like session singer. I worked with, ended up doing a song with Teddy Riley on Snoop Dogg's album.
Wow.
Look it up. I'm in the credits. It's like,
well, you're lucky to be a session singer and get credit.
Cool.
Look, you're lucky to be a session singer, but you're lucky to be a session singer and get credit, because normally y'all don't get no credit.
Well, you're right, but for this particular, for some songs, you're right. Some songs you don't. It's just like child singing, background singer number one. You're right, but no, with this, with Snoop, it says Meelah Williams or whatever. Probably the session singing with Christina Aguilera, right? It's probably singer number one. I don't know. And singing number one.
You was with Christina Aguilera too?
Yeah, it probably said singer number 23 because it was like a choir.
Got you.
Like I was grinding. I'm sure you probably listen. I did stuff for American Idol. Like I just was grinding. I just was like, F it. Because I had to do what I had to do. And I had to but then in 2008, I was like, yo, this is not what I really want to be doing. Like, I'm who I am. I've contributed the way I've contributed. And you know what? Thank you, God, that I'm able to eat. But this is not what I want to do. And this is not my purpose. And like, I just started praying real hard. Like, God, you got to help me out right now. Because I knew I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I was grateful. It was, I was keeping my lights on, but I was not happy. You know what I'm saying?
So what was the
saving
saving grace? What was the saving grace?
Around 2008, I think I was at Warren Campbell's studio, and
Whoa.
I met. Well, he did songs on 702's album.
I didn't know that. Yeah, wow.
Yeah, on the second album, he did 1 or 2 songs, and so we had, we had history, and I went over there. I think he was working with PJ Morton, invited me to the session with Musiq Soulchild, and I went. And then Soulchild and I ended up just like exchanging information. And then we ended up connecting. And then we ended up dating, hanging out. And then 6 months later, we were pregnant.
Then he bagged you. Yo.
And then next thing you know, it was just like, okay,
let me tell you something. Let me keep it real with you.
Let me move and become a mother.
All right, now look, listen.
When I found out, listen. When I found out you was dating Musiq,
I was like, he better not mess up her career. I was like, she better be a singer. That's all I was. I just wanted you to sing. I just wanted you to sing.
Oh,
and and that, because your voice is you're distinct. So I was like, yo, he better. I was like, yo, he better be doing some music for her or something like that. Just don't be trying to make her no wife and make her in the kitchen.
That happens a lot, right?
Yeah, I'm like, yo, man.
You just become like the stay-at-home mom.
I rock with you, Musiq, but yo, man, listen, man, I have to put these beats on you if you mess this up. You know what I'm saying? So
no, it's crazy because when he and I when we met, we both was like, nah, like we was just on some music stuff, right? And we was like, yeah, let's work, let's try to connect so we can work. And it's funny because when we hooked up personally to like just hang out, we both was like, I don't want no man, I don't want no woman. Like we both was like, I'm cool, like you get to that moment of like, I don't want to date no more. I'm really focused on me and my career. Like we both was in that moment, and then we just started hanging out and just clicked and became just like mad cool, and it just really just happened, and it happened so fast.
You think you said 6 months,
baby?
Well, at least he got past the 3 month thing. Remember the girls used to make you wait 3 months.
Listen.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I definitely was a little swift. Mama was a little fast. Damn. But the cool thing is that I wasn't no random. He knew who I was. He was a fan. I knew who he was. I was his fan. We were both, you know what I mean? Like we were peers. You know what I'm saying? He knew wasn't nobody over here trying to have an Instagram come up. Nothing like that.
Yeah. It wasn't no slid in the DM thing.
Okay.
Yeah. So hindsight is 2020. R&B Divas, good thing or bad thing?
I wouldn't say bad. It wasn't bad. It was just it wasn't great, but it was cool. It was fun. Something to do. It gave me some more life, some more wheels. You know what I'm saying? Like Atlanta definitely gave me a rebirth.
Gotcha.
Atlanta gave me a 2.0, like, push of my career as a solo artist. It definitely helped me to kind of get back out there, like a resurgence of sorts. I'm not mad at R&B Divas. I got the blue check mark. I got.
You should have got that anyway. See,
like three more fans. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
You got a few more. What was the best experience about R&B Divas?
Just to be able to work with like Angie Stone. Angie's gangster. Let me tell you something. Angie's gangster.
She's been around for a while too.
And that's what I love, because I didn't really know. I hadn't really, done my homework.
She was a rapper first too.
Listen, you see what I'm saying?
D'Angelo.
You see what I'm saying? And I know about D'Angelo. And they had worked together and all of that good stuff, but I didn't really know about the whole rap group. And like,
was it Rodney C, right? It was Rodney C.
Yeah, she's the truth, and she's so cool. Selena, I loved working with her because Selena's just like, she's so raw and real and just Midwest Chi-Town, like.
But her daddy is crazy too. Her daddy is her
comes
daddy
from music. Yep.
Yeah.
And but just her energy, she's just crazy as hell. I love it, and she's just funny and just that was like, I think the best part for me is like walking into a situation with these other ladies that are my peers as well, but that you have no idea, how they're gonna be in real life, but you have a respect for. And everybody was cool. Like, I ain't having no drama. I guess I was born as hell because I ain't having no drama. I wasn't beefing with, like, I wasn't trying to be around here flipping tables and throwing wine on nobody. I ain't got time for all that.
I thought Kelly Price is gonna put the beats on everybody. No,
that was LA. See, we was in Atlanta. I was in Atlanta.
Got you. See, by that time I tapped out.
Different season.
I tapped out.
And so listen, apparently the rest of the world, because I came on the 3rd season of Atlanta, and then the whole franchise shut down.
Yeah. It was about time. So what's inspiring you? Oh, could I tell you something? Musiq Soulchild song, Start Over, is my favorite song. I'm gonna show you that. It's in my gym playlist too. You're in that video.
Really?
Yes, you're in that video. I've been trying to figure out what the sample is.
You know, boom, boom, boom. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, tell me behind the scenes, because I don't want them to know.
I will.
Because I want to sample that.
I'm asking right after.
Yeah, because I love that. So because that song is so. I remember I heard it on SoundCloud, and I sent it to my cousin. I was like, "Yo, you hear this music song?" But then I saw the video. You was in the video, so I'm like, "Is they back together? Is this song an ode to you? Is it? Could we start up? Like, what's going on? Like, you was just the video girl?"
You know what's so funny? I'll tell people all the time. I'm like, honey, we ain't never not together. How about
Got you. Nah, y'all should be always together because y'all share a common. y'all brought somebody in the world.
Right.
You know,
no, I mean, at that time we definitely was going through some shit.
Okay.
But we was working together. Like, even when we beefing, we got, like, I'm one of his artists I'm the first lady of Soul Star.
That is that. What is that like though? Like, how does that work?
It was a hot mess. It was a hot ass mess at the time, but we Gucci now.
Going from romantic working romance.
It was a lot emotionally. It was a lot of feelings. I was mad. I was sad. I was pissed. I was angry. Listen, trust me, all of it. But at the end of the day, we have love for each other. A lot of love and respect for each other. Like, to this day, like, we always agree to disagree. We ain't gonna never be like, oh, we agree on everything. But he and I have finally gotten to the point of maturity that I think we understand, like, hey, we're two different people. We don't always agree on a lot of things, but we love each other, period, point blank. So, that's my guy.
So what is it going to take for the world, in your opinion?
Wait, let me just rewind real quick.
Okay.
I need your favorite song to be by Musiq Soulchild. I need your favorite Musiq Soulchild song to be So Beautiful.
I gotta get into that, but no. Before that, my favorite. My favorite Musiq Soulchild song prior to that is Soul Star. Carol Riddick. Oh my God.
Listen, no, he got some joints. I'm talking about me, child. I'm talking about Mila.
I'm gonna get into.
Beautiful was literally about me. So listen to that tonight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what I wanted to ask you is that I'm trying to show you my gym playlist so you don't think I'm fronting.
Lord.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. I have to do it. Oh, here we go, right here. Look, for the camera, if you can see it. You can see.
Sweaty.
Look.
Let me see.
You can see.
Wait, let me see.
Hold on, it's right here. You can see Mobb Deep.
You serious too?
You can see Mobb Deep is in the playlist, and then you see Start Over. Like, that's my favorite song.
So funny.
Yeah, but I love Soul Star. So what I want to know is that, what do you think is going to take for the world to know who Mila is?
I don't know what soloist. And I'm about tired of trying to help figure it out. Honestly, let me just be real. Like, I'll be 43 on Monday. I don't even have time to be trying to coerce nobody, persuade nobody, you know what I'm saying, reel nobody in. Like, I don't care anymore. And I don't mean to sound, I don't mean to sound like a bitch to where it's like, ew, I don't even want to support her no more, because I'm just so tired of trying to prove myself and help people understand who Mila is, because I've been in the game just way too long, and it is frustrating trying to get people to understand who I am as an individual, because I come from a group. I think I'll always be associated with a group. Like, that's the blessing and the curse of being a part of a successful group.
But you was dope though in the group. I think that's what it is. I think you shine so much in the group. But I'm gonna be real with you. I'm well, let me not say this. I'm over your 702 phase. I want to hear what you can do. I want to hear what you can do. I'm
Look, thank you so much.
like because you did what you did. You did what you did.
That's one of the reasons why Soulchild and I, work so well together, is because he's my number one fan. Like, I don't care how much we go through personally, he too feels that same way. And I think he really sees my strengths, and I don't, the world has yet to see that, and I get it. Because I am I do hold back a lot. I share a little bit. And then I get in my head and I overthink and all of that stuff because I'm a perfectionist and I overanalyze.
Can I tell you something? I just told an artist 2 days ago by the name of Cambada.
Mm-hmm.
Music, as you know,
Mm-hmm.
is a feeling. It's not a thought. If it feels good and you have a feeling from it, the feeling that you got creating it and doing it,
that's
millions
it.
of people could have that same feeling.
And you know what? Thank you for saying it. And honestly, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, music
That's
is
where I'm
not
at. Like
a thought.
I'm not running around here trying to chase,
That bag of music. Yeah.
Or just the latest trend. You know, the alternative R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like I love that vibe. That's really all I listen to. That type of stuff these days, like vibey music. I call it drug music, and I don't even do drugs, but I like this cool shit. But I'm not running around chasing. Like I just do, like you said, what feels good to me. And if y'all get it, y'all do. And if y'all don't, I'm okay with that. There was a time when I wasn't okay with that. I didn't sleep at night. Like I have a whole EP that I've done years ago, and I was too chicken to put it out because I was like, oh, they're not gonna like it. It's too different. Yo, I don't care.
Put it out.
Just put the shit out.
Put it out. Yes, put it out. Let it go. Let it go. Do
That's
not
it.
listen.
You know?
Do not.
So, like the song I got out right now, that like, what you think about me? It's vibey, and that's where I was at the time. And I felt that, and I went in the booth and I freestyled, and that's where I was at. Like that was my spirit at the time. Like I was going through, and that shit came out, and I was like, bam, there it is.
So, you have a project coming?
I do have a project coming. I have 1 trillion songs, but the crazy thing is, when COVID hit, everything changed. Like I finally finished all of these records. We had started doing. Think About Me was actually the first visual for what was supposed to be a visual album of like 12 plus records. Now everything's changed completely. So we just ended up throwing, Think About Me out it was like the beginning of a sequence of videos for this visual movie, right? This visual album. Now it's just like, you know what? Nobody's really listening to albums like that.
Not true.
It's just changed so much. I don't know that people are sitting listening to 12, 13, 18, 15
if
songs.
It's dope,
so,
if it's dope.
I get so many different. See, you and I are from the same. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, but you know what? People, you got to think. You're in the genre.
I'm saying the young kids today, they sure don't care about it. It's too much. Attention span ain't.
Yeah, but they got the attention span of flies. That's their problem. They'll grow out of it, or they're gonna. That's their problem. What I'm saying is, your fans are not young kids. They can be, but your fans are people who miss you. They miss your sound. They miss your voice. Yeah, so I think that you are not feeding your fans, because even if you got 20,000,
I'm going to.
This is a point I'm about to say. Don't make me find you.
Put this music out.
So I'm saying, look, even if you got 30,000 strong every time, that's good. That's good. I think in life we are so high, but you done been at your lowest point in your career. There's no way for you to go but up.
Thank you so much. And I paid dues. I've done everything.
This is what I'm saying. And
I've eaten humble pie. I still eat humble pie. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll always be humble. But you're so right. There's nowhere but up.
But I think the issue is, I think that we are being robbed of the music.
You're probably right. Yeah, my manager tells me all the time that I'm
we're being robbed.
He says I'm a music hoarder.
And there is no
songs in the vault.
Listen, there is no R&B anymore, traditional. So that lane is for you.
Here's the thing. But Fred, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not that person, and that's what the misconception is. What do you mean when you say there's no R&B traditional?
There's no singing. There's no singing.
See, and now.
There is no singing.
And even though I can sing, I'm not at this point in my life, like my music is like that I record, I'm so chill. I'll give you all that live.
But I'm saying, give us everything though. That's what an album is though. See, you're
right.
Remember,
an
album.
You're right. It's a gumbo. You're right.
Exactly. Think about what R. Kelly. R. Kelly might actually get on there and rap. Not to bring him up, because what his name is, Yeah, it's a little taboo. But as far as the artists,
right.
Even music can make love and then make dun 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 dun.
Yes. He considers himself, hip hop soul. Like,
Yeah,
it's not-
so that's what I'm saying to you. Like,
you're right.
you can do everything, and then whatever lands on the wall and sticks, that's it. But you know your audience has to grow with you. What I liked about music
Thank you.
early on was if Teddy Pendergrass put out an album that didn't do good, his career wasn't over. He just put out another album.
I got 2% of my phone, friend.
Oh yeah. We're about to wrap
No,
up.
I'm not trying to cut you off. It's just
yeah.
I can't even charge my phone because I need a new phone. Apple trying to make me get to 12. I'm sorry. So it's like a whole process. I got.
No, I'm on 11.
Just let you know. Like,
So the album is so the project is, you have something out right now.
I have singles out right now. I put singles out since like 2018, 2017.
Where could they hear these singles right now?
So the singles are on all platforms. You got Tidal.
But who they looking up? See, they don't know your name.
Mila.
That's what I'm saying. Number one, we have to brand Mila. No Meelah Williams, no Meelah 702, Mila.
Here's the thing. Yeah, okay. All you got to do, look, let's not play games. You can type in Mila and Mila comes up on Google. No shade. Ain't trying to be funny. Listen.
Okay.
Okay. Understand now. Understand who I am. You can type in Mila.
So is Mila on?
You just type in Mila, or you type in Meelah Williams. Now on all the my music stuff, just Mila.
Okay. And
Williams. Just
and
Mila.
On Instagram, it's Mila.
It's Mila. And on Facebook, my website, yes, Twitter, it's me. Well, my Twitter account's tripping. Anyway, go on Tidal, whatever your choice of streaming is, Tidal, Apple, Google Play, Amazon, whatever. Mila, Meelah, and I got What You Think. That's out currently as a single. There's a video out to that. There's
What's the YouTube? What's your YouTube? You have an official YouTube?
I do. Is that shit? I got 2 channels. That's probably just Mila as well, I think. Try Meelah Williams too.
So in your Instagram bio, everything is there, right?
Everything is in there.
Okay.
I just swapped out my website on the bio.
You put a link tree?
For actually my because I have an autistic son, so to all my autistic mommies and daddies who are watching.
Dope.
I have a link there for my Etsy shop where I sell some autism trinkets. Anywho,
so what you need to do, just get a link tree and you can put everything.
I know, friend. She just is new. She knew we just created her, but you're right.
Okay. Yeah. You can put everything because we need to
talk after this.
Yes. I want to look. I want to see you win so bad that like
Thank you so much.
Like I said, I want to. So is Mila spelled? Yeah.
Meelah. That's on all for the streaming the music on social media. It's Mila. ITS. The word it's Mila. It's Mila. Meelah. And I have a bunch of singles. I've got a whole kids album on there called We Are Different. That's been on there since like 2013.
Dope.
Yes, me and Musiq Soulchild have a song together that we did back in 2014 and a video, Give It to You, which did really well independently. You can type that in on anywhere. Give It to You.
And you're coming out, the album is coming out when?
COVID didn't change everything. I honestly do not know.
Okay, but you have singles out. So what's the new single out right now?
The latest single right now is Think About Me.
Think About Me.
Yep.
You have visuals also.
I have a visual for Think About Me. Yeah,
okay.
And that was supposed to be the beginning. And so at the end of that, you'll see To Be Continued, because was the first visual for this entire visual album that was planned before COVID.
Man, what we're going to do, we're going to get somebody to get around you with a red camera or a good Lumix GH5 or something like that, and you're going to do this whole visual album. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it.
It's simple. Because
we started it, and then COVID happened, and they were just like, oh!
Man, fuck COVID. For real.
Now, but last year it was a little different. Last year it was like, because it was new, we didn't know what to do.
Yo, I ain't going front.
We know now, we ready, we good.
No, I ain't going front. I was like, listen,
besides didn't even shut down, really.
No, in the beginning, besides going outside dressed like an astronaut at first, I was just like, but I was like, you know what? I'm going to survive there. I don't care if it's a nuclear war. It'd be me alive and the roaches. Roaches. Me and the roaches gonna be alive. I don't care if it's a zombie apocalypse.
It was scary because my son had to homeschool. I've been homeschooling since March of last year, son.
Yeah, she called me son. So
listen,
you from Brooklyn now? What's going on? She like son. Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn now because I have cabin fever. I have fever. See, I can't even talk. Fever. I've been in the house homeschooling my son since March of last year. Do you understand me?
Damn, that's good. Though.
Oh, check this out. My birthday is Monday, right? March 8th. Last year, I got to celebrate right before COVID. Nobody knew that was about to happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was filming. It's coming out March 21st. I got a small little part. You probably won't even see me, but I'm in a few episodes of the new Aretha project on National Geographic. Cynthia Erivo is playing Aretha. I played one of her background singers. And yeah, it's I don't know how many, about 8 to 10, maybe 10 to 13 episodes. I mean, like 3 of them. So that'll be out on National Geographic March 21st. So look for your girl.
No, you know, it's funny because last year.
I got one line. I was excited.
Hey, look, last year, my birthday was February 25th, and then COVID hit right after my birthday. And I remember, I'm so simple for my birthday. Like, you could take me, I'm a cheap date. I could go to Applebee's and eat nachos, and I'm like, happy birthday. And I'm like, you know, I don't even want nothing too crazy. But when COVID hit after that, I was like, damn, I should have celebrated really, really hard.
I was so happy I got to celebrate. Let me tell you something. And I remember March 6th, I was like, oh my God, that was like my last day of filming, March 6th. And I was like, my birthday weekend, man, I'm trying to get out of here. I had no idea COVID was about to happen. I was so excited that, like, look what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, before that all happened. And we wrapped, like, we went to overtime. I was excited. I was like, yes, Tag Union. It was like 2 a.m. We were still going.
So before your phone dies and I look crazy.
Oh my God, right? Because 1%.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. We gotta come back and do this again. Because you are fun. See, I'm the GOAT.
You got all up in the business, but I love, because listen, I'm an open book.
Yeah. No, but
I'll talk about most of my stuff.
Yeah, but I ain't really delve into the business. But I want to I like talking about a little bit. I was gentle, you know what I'm saying? I'm a gentleman, but I like talking about music. Like, I love, no pun intended, I love the music business.
Right now it's you.
Yeah, well, this guy name have to be music. So every time we say music, he'll be like, they talking about me again. But yeah, it is what it. I think her phone died. Yes, her phone died. Right, we knew it was gonna happen. So, damn, I didn't get a chance to sign her out. But yes, her phone did die, like right in the middle of the interview. We knew that was gonna happen though. So yeah, that's it. So we got to do a part 2. Check her out on everything. Spelling of her name is MEELAH on everything. I want to thank everybody for joining me tonight. Please, if we want to support these artists and we want more music from them, we have to support it. We have to share. We have to like. We got to do everything that we need to do to make sure they get pushed to the forefront, because it's our job. And if we want the music, you know, so also follow her on Instagram and let her know, I seen you on Doggie Diamonds TV. Like, that's very important, y'all. So for my audience, it's very important. Please hit the like. Again, I'm trying to bring different people. I'm not always going to bring rappers. I'm trying to bring different artists, different people here to talk about music, talk about the industry. You know what I'm saying? I think that that's very, very important. And that's it. So thank y'all for joining me tonight. Thanks to everybody who's going to watch this on the playback. I'm on all social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. The audio to the podcast is coming back tomorrow. Yes, I have a lot of episodes to drop. And I'm just working, you know what I'm saying? I'm just working. Tomorrow I'll be back. Might be early in the afternoon. I did 2 interviews today. Did y'all realize I did 2 interviews today? I did one earlier, went to the gym, and somebody interviewed me, and I came back. So I consider myself to be one of the hardest working people in this game because I love it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I'm Doggie Diamonds. Hip hop is my nationality. You know what I'm saying? So I thank y'all for joining me. I have loyal people who's always here with me, and I appreciate y'all. So for those who haven't been here and don't know the routine, I need y'all to follow instruction. Make sure you click subscribe, youtube.com/Doggie Diamonds TV. Until next time, peace.